secretary and past president of the board of directors of Council on Families in Crisis, which is the corporation under which Moss House exists. I want to thank Willow and the Mystic Movers for all the efforts to organize and hold this fundraiser for Moss House, and I want to thank everyone for coming out. It looks like we were in for a fun night. I'm not going to take up much of your time, but I do want to share a couple of things with you about Moss House. The fundraiser tonight was organized to raise awareness of domestic violence. Sometimes in rural communities we think that there is less crime or issues of domestic violence. I wish that were true. In the United States, every 9 seconds a woman is battered. Every 2 minutes a woman is sexually assaulted. In the state of Missouri, every 3 minutes a hotline call is answered by a domestic violence provider agency like Moss House. Let me repeat that. Every 3 minutes in Missouri. So this is unacceptable, and yet it is a reality we face in our society. Domestic violence is defined as a pattern of coercive or assaultive behaviors that adults or adolescents use against their current or former intimate partners. It is purposeful behavior and rooted in establishing and maintaining power and control over the victim. And it happens every 9 seconds in this country. Moss House opened on July 1, 1990, and the first person to seek shelter was from Bates County. In the last 29 years, we have helped so many people find safety from the storms of domestic and sexual violence. We serve about 300 adults and children per year at Moss House and answer about 450 hotline calls. 450. Amazing. Moss House provides 24-hour emergency shelter. We are never closed, not even holidays. Excuse me. The shelter is open 24/7, 365 days a year. People can and do come in the middle of the night. We have an 800 crisis hotline. Some of the services we offer include crisis intervention, case management, information and referral, safety planning, transportation, court advocacy, children's services, therapy, support groups, and education groups. The agency offers non-residential support services, a large volunteer program, a thrift store, community education, a task force on domestic and sexual violence in Vernon and Bates County, and batterer intervention programs for the courts. Although the shelter is located in Nevada, the agency works closely with agencies in Bates County through the task force to provide safe shelter, community education, and improved victim services. The agency is funded by federal and state grants, as well as Vernon County United Way and county fees. We receive funds from agencies, clubs, churches, and individuals. The funds we receive from private sources, like this fundraiser, are very important to our agency as they are used to match the federal and state grants. We're required to match 20% of what we receive in grant funds. And so to make this simple, for every $100 we receive in grants, we must be matched by $20 from non-government services. So this is very important to us. All funds raised tonight will be used to match funds for the operations at our shelter. As a qualified domestic violence shelter, any donation of $100 or more is eligible for a state tax credit of 50% directly off of the liability owed to the state of Missouri. A lot of people don't know that. I also want to tell you very quickly that we are having a car raffle. It is going on right now, and we are selling raffle tickets for a brand spanking new 2019 bright red Chevy Camaro, and it's a pretty mobile, let me tell you. Tickets are $20 each, or $6 for $100, and the drawing is going to be August 27th, and you don't have to be present to win. We will call you if we pick your ticket. If you're interested in purchasing tickets or want more information, you can follow us on Facebook at Moss Health's Car Raffle 2019, or see us after the event. And I'm so sorry, I forgot to introduce Debbie Carlson, who is the court advocate for Moss House. So if you have any questions, I don't know that I can answer them, but I bet Debbie can. Or I'll get you an answer and take an email address or a text number and I'll get it back to you. There's literature on the table if you'd like to take some of that. You may know somebody that needs it. So, again, thank you, and let the belly dancing begin. Thank you all very much. Thank you.